It is Thursday night. It's almost 8 p.m., and you are now listening to the Donkey and Dog program on 90.1 KFKX, Hastings, Nebraska. Currently, many of you may be watching the Nebraska Cornhusker game, but just in case you aren't or need a score update, we'll give that to you over to Dawg for that.
And currently, it is Nebraska up 14-3 on Kansas State with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first half. So, right now, a good showing by the Huskers, so hopefully they can keep it up.
And with a lot going on in entertainment tonight, we'd just like to take a second and thank you for choosing to spend some time with us this evening as well. We promise to do our best, get the great music and entertainment for you over the next hour here. As always, call in to 461-7342 with any requests, comments, or questions, and we'd love to hear from you. Coming up soon, we're going to have your weird and wacky news stories of the week, but for right now, let's get the show started right with Call to Arms by Angels and Airwaves here on 90.1 KFKX. And that was Wasting My Time by Default here on 90.1 KFKX, Hastings, Nebraska. You are listening to the Donkey and Dog Show, and I believe it is time for... It's weird.
It's wacky.
It's the weird and wacky news of the week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Your favorite time of the week. Dawg, what do you have on your end?
Well, since this is the weird and wacky news, I'm going to start us off with police in a suburb northwest of New York City are searching for a stolen hot dog stand. That's right, a stolen hot dog stand. Owner Fred Martucci tells the Journal News that he's devastated over the loss of Fred's Franks. He used the 10-foot-long stainless steel trailer to support his family in Orangeburg for more than a year. The police department detective says the hot dog heist happened on the evening of September 30th. 3 men pulled into a parking lot, cut the trailer's locks and cables, hitched it to their pickup, and drove north on Route 303. So, a good way to start our weird and wacky news with a little stolen hot dog stand.
If I owned a hot dog stand and it got stolen, I know I'd be upset.
Yeah,
and
that's your business.
It is, and it was his business. It was everything he had, so... Well, also, this one's a little closer to home, Plattsmouth, Nebraska. A Nebraska City school bus driver dropped a 6-year-old boy off 15 miles away from his home, and the bus driver is now facing a child abuse charge. The Lincoln Journal-Star reports that prosecutors filed the misdemeanor charge against a 71-year-old man on Wednesday. In August, he dropped the boy off far from his home in Union. School officials said the boy had gotten on the wrong bus outside of his elementary school, and the bus driver said that Union was his last stop, and he was told by his boss to drop off the boy there. A nearby construction worker helped the boy call his home, and the district has now changed their policy to make sure the kids get on the right buses. And
that's just too bad. I mean, it's a sad story.
It is. 15 miles. That's a long walk. You know,
that's a very long distance to travel.
And another one here from California. A burning big rig loaded with yams, yes, yams, has caused a hot potato of traffic problem on a Los Angeles area freeway. California Highway Patrol officer says that the tractor trailer hauling 50,000 pounds of sweet potatoes caught fire on the South Bend Interstate 5 about 2:30 a.m. Thursday. No injuries were reported, but 2 of the 4 lanes were closed for 7.5 hours, and slowing traffic until the yams could be loaded onto another truck.
That kind of reminds me of our story with last week where the guy decided to eat all he would eat for a whole, week or something?
I think it was 2
potatoes.
Months. Yeah, a lot of potato stories. I wonder how yams caught fire.
I have no idea. But now back to not really a wacky story, because this is more of a Good Samaritan story, which anytime we have one of these, you have to share with it. In California, you may have heard about this, but Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is honoring the Good Samaritan who authorities say chased down a kidnapper and helped free an 8-year-old Fresno girl. Schwarzenegger called Victor Perez a hero at a special ceremony on Thursday and made a pitch for local businesses to hire the unemployed construction worker. Perez recounted how he spotted 24-year-old Gregorio Gonzalez in a pickup truck and tried several times to cut him off. Authorities say Perez's actions forced Gonzalez to stop and push the girl out of the truck. Gonzalez was later arrested. Perez has since appeared on numerous network shows, including ABC's Good Morning America. He will also be honored at a football game at halftime this week at Cal State University's game. So, a good a good thing right there by a very good person.
It's always good to see somebody doing something, doing the right thing.
Especially when it's a child that's kidnapped, which I just hate to hear stories about a child that's kidnapped.
It is, and the thing is, this guy didn't have to do what he did, but he went out of his way to do it. So, uplifting story.
Good job, Mr. Perez. All right, we're going to go back to the music, though. That ends our Weird and Wacky News segment for the week. Tune in next week, though, because we're going to find some more. So, without further ado, here is The Fray with Never Say Never here on 90.1 KFKX, Hastings, Nebraska.
And that was Sleeper Star with We Go Tonight here on 90.1 KFKX. It's time for the campus updates. What's going on in and around Hastings College? What do you have, Dawg?
Well, as we all know, it's homecoming week.
That it is.
And tonight, actually, at Lloyd Wilson Field is Skit Night.
Tell us a little bit more about that. What's that all about?
Skit Night is one of the more fun events to attend if you're a Hastings College student, because it's the various sororities and fraternities around campus have all their pledges get together and prepare a skit to perform, because during the week the fraternities and sororities battle for the bragging rights of the campus, and this is just one of the many events that they have that helps them achieve the win.
And I'm sure that is pretty entertaining. Something definitely to check out, and that goes on every year, correct?
Yes, I went to it last year. I plan on going to it after our show tonight, so hopefully I make it in time. And speaking of homecoming weekends, on Saturday, actually, let's go back to tomorrow, is the homecoming dinner and crowning of the royalty. So another very fun event. Good food provided by Sodexo. So very fun time.
And what will homecoming week culminate with?
The Melody Roundup Parade downtown starting at 10 a.m. and the football game against, I can't even think of who it was now.
You got that at 1 o'clock?
That's at 1 o'clock. I will look and see who we play to make sure and give you the information on that too.
We'll get that for you, but that's what's going on around the campus here. Just some updates. Also, you may have noticed 9th Street near the college has been temporarily closed down. I believe they're doing that just to see how that goes over and see if maybe sometime in the future that can be a permanent thing. But it's good that they're checking that out, see how it works for everybody.
I think the hearing's in the next couple weeks. We tried looking, but we couldn't find it right now. But we'll look and hopefully give you that information soon.
Well, that's the news for the campus.
And now we'll go back into the music here with Fall Out Boy, Hum Hallelujah. Hum Hallelujah here on 90.1 KFKX. That was Skillet with Hero here on 90.1 KFKX Hastings. And now, time for our health tip of the day.
We've actually got a little bit more of an in-depth health segment today. A recent study was just published. It's pretty interesting. It compared Americans with the Japanese, the Swiss, and the Australians. And the study was on how much we walk every day. And surprise, surprise, Americans walk less than all of the others.
Surprised? Not really.
Not really. And actually almost half of what Australians walk every day. And we have similar diets to Australians. We do a lot of the same things, but they also have a much lower obesity rate. Possibly a coincidence to this. They're walking twice as much as we do every day. So naturally, this brings us to our health tip of the week. And we figure, in honor of this study, the tip of the week is walk whenever you get the chance. Whether it's up a flight of stairs, over the elevator, or if you need to go to the pharmacy, run little errands,